In this video, I'm going to share an event called Mustang Mornings, which takes place Wednesdays only this summer. It is your chance to meet some wild Mustangs of the Outer Banks in person and relatively up close. I will give you all the details in this video, but first, some background. If you are a longtime viewer of my channel, you may remember that we went on a wild horse safari in a town called Corolla on the northern end of the Outer Banks of North Carolina. We hopped in a safari vehicle with a tour guide who drove us right along the sand in search of the wild Mustangs that live along the beach. These horses are the descendants of Mustangs that came to the New World on Spanish ships and were, for whatever reason, left behind on the Outer Banks when the Spanish explorers departed. In 1926, an audit determined there were more than 5,000 wild horses roaming the Outer Banks of North Carolina. The Wild Horse Safari is so much fun that I named it the #1 activity in the Outer Banks in this channel's Top 10 Things to Do in the Outer Banks video, which I will provide a link to at the end of this video. Back to the present day and the weekly Mustang Mornings events, which are operated by a charity called Corolla Wild Horse Fund. This group has someone on call 24 hours a day as they work to protect and manage the herd of wild horses in Corolla. This event takes place on the mainland of North Carolina in a town called Grandy, at a farm of formerly wild banker horses who had to be permanently relocated after they were taken off the island as part of a rescue, usually due to illnesses or injuries that needed to be rehabilitated. Removing the horses from the wild is a last resort because once they're removed, they do not go back to the wild. They get used to human interaction, which is dangerous in the wild, so they're given a permanent home here at the Betsy Dowdy Equine Center. While most come for rehabilitation, some of the horses in this group were rescued because they kept using the automatic doors to enter a grocery store. I think it would be hilarious to be at the grocery store and see some wild horses walk in, but apparently that is frowned upon. We'll see some more horses in a moment. There's a farmhouse at the Equine Center that has some exhibits on its outdoor wraparound porch that tell of the Outer Banks horses and their lives here. The displays also communicate how the Wild Horse Fund works to protect and preserve the horses. Inside that farmhouse, there's a gift shop with lots of merchandise to buy. All purchases here directly support the care of the horses and the work of the Wild Horse Fund. You can even buy paintings done by the horses. They've shown horses how to hold paintbrushes in their mouths and paint masterpieces that can be purchased in the gift shop. Apparently, some of the horses have come to really enjoy displaying their artistic side. By the way, if you are enjoying this video, do me a favor and click the like button. And consider subscribing to the channel as well for at least one travel video each week, usually 2 per week in the summer. I appreciate the support. Here is a look inside the horse barn. I enjoyed getting to talk to the workers with the Horse Fund to learn about their work with the horses, and I even got to see the horses up close and pet those who came close enough to the fence. As we look at some more horses, here is some more event information you may need. Mustang Mornings happens only on Wednesdays now through August 27, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The farm is unable to accommodate visitors at any other time. There is a $10 suggested donation per car that enters the farm for Mustang Mornings, Again, that is per car, not per person. And again, the money goes toward the care of the horses. If you're watching this after summer 2025, they did have this event last year as well, and I imagine they will have it in future summers too, but future you should not take past me's word for it. You can go to CorollaWildHorses.com to learn about upcoming events. When you attend, they also show a 32-minute documentary called Secret of Corolla. We actually attended the premiere of this documentary at an area museum a few years ago and got to meet one of the former wild Mustangs who had been removed from the wild after he ingested fishing line. Many of the injuries to horses that cause them to be removed from the wild are unfortunately caused by humans. Humans leaving fishing line on the beach or feeding the horses food that are not part of the diet they're used to, or, as happens too often, drivers hitting the horses with their car. If you encounter wild horses in the Outer Banks, humans are instructed to keep a safe distance away from them so as not to interfere with their lives as much as possible. And great care should be taken if you're driving near the areas where those horses live. There is another place where we have encountered Spanish Mustangs, and that is an island near the southern end of the Outer Banks called Okra Coke. Because of the human-caused dangers to the horses, the wild horses on Okra Coke have all been put in a huge pen where they have lots of land to wander. While it is sad that they're no longer free, it's good to know they will not be hit by a car or fed something that could hurt them. The Spanish Mustangs of the Outer Banks are a treasure, and you should check them out one way or another when you visit the area, whether it's on a wild horse safari or visiting the pony pen in Okra Coke. Or, on Wednesdays during the summer, you can see them at this event, Mustang Mornings. Click the links at the end of this video to see the top 10 things to do in the Outer Banks video, or to see our playlist showing off all the things we love about the Outer Banks. And click the subscribe button and notification bell so we can see you the next time we're traveling through.